Hi, this is Brad Hoder for Engineered Efficiency. In this lesson, we're going to show how to crosshatch by using the flood command. This lesson begins with us opening up the 050202_flood.dgn. It is located in the install directory, module 05, topic 0502, lesson 050202. Inside this drawing, note that we do have two shapes and a circle. And then we need to go into our drawing group, go down to our pattern tools, and we'll see crosshatch area, the second button from the left. By clicking on that, we'll get our associated dialog. And at the very top, the second one from the left is flood. So we're going to flood an area, and we're going to utilize the spacing. And let's make our spacing 10 and 10. We're also going to make our angle, say 45 degrees. And notice with the lock on, it does increment the second hatch angle as 90 degrees plus the first. I'm going to toggle off the associative pattern, and then we can simply just come out here and data click inside of an element or inside of an area, and note that it will hatch everything inside that area. Now the nice thing about flood, so I'm going to undo this. The nice thing about using flood is if we go into our drawing tools and just simply come out here and place a couple lines and then come back to the crosshatch area and data click inside of the same area that we did the first time, note now it finds those lines. And what flood does is it just finds a closed area regardless if it's a complete shape or if it's just made up of lines or line strings or anything else. So if I reset right mouse button, then I'm going to come up to go to move in my main tools, and now I'm going to move the circle into play. Now if I come back into the crosshatch, make sure I'm on flood, data click, now notice the circle now is also being used as a bounding element. Data click one last time to accept it, and note that we get the patterns that's only inside the enclosed area. So wherever we data click is going to define the flood area. Note when we use associative pattern and we data click in the same area, data click again, what that does is it creates another shape that defines our area. And then that shape is now tied to the pattern. So if we move the shape, we also move the pattern. I'm going to go back one last time with the crosshatch area and do associative region boundary. And the difference there is when we data click and data click, we get the exact same pattern as what we did before, except now when I go to move, note that there is not an associated shape. Rather, now the elements control the location. So if any element is moved, notice the pattern dynamically changes. This concludes the lesson on crosshatch by flood.